People, bonjour. I am staring at something. Sorry. Immediately distracted. Hello, Splurples. How are you? I hope you're doing well. I'm not sure what that day is for me yet, but I was lonely, so yeah. Going to send something to my mom. She's going to be like, what? Thank you. I hope the rest of your day is going to be nice and that your internet is going to calm down. Hello, Nameless. Ah, I have a bunch of things on my lap. Maybe I could put that here. Oh, maybe that's going to be a problem. Okay, I don't know. sorry. I need to calm down. I need to not be too loud. Um, lonely. I need to. Why is the game not on the screen? Is there? It's a new dance. I don't know if anyone can see it. You can! It's way too big for no reason. Okay, so let me just like take the game. Game here. Yes. Let's make it less giant because it's a bit intense here. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yay! I don't know. Why am I replying to my mom in English? Butler watching us spin. Yeah, and because of his butler job, he's forced to not react at all. This is the worst case scenario. For him, not for me. I can just spin in peace. Spin! Yeah. Okay, so, letter. Under letter addressed to the major, it appears he has someone looking out for his business concerns with the workers' strike. What does it have to do with anything? I mean, they talked about it a lot, so I'm sure it has something to do with a lot of things, but I don't understand. Lurking while I do chores since I couldn't do them yesterday. Oh my. Gonna get dizzy, so all the clues make sense. That's the spirit. That's the technique. That's the secret detective technique. You spin in front of a butler and then you understand everything. Felix, I understand that there was a oops that there that there are a number of business concerns for you in the situation that has arisen within the factories, but I offer this piece of advice. Step back. Okay. Uh, Monsieur Becker's efforts with the union have finally opened the workers' eyes, and they seek, nay demand, the fair treatment they deserved for so long. The fuel for the fire has already been laid, and the match is ready to be struck. You do not want to be near those flames when they ignite. I know you were once a good, honorable man. I pray that is still true today. I couldn't be any less sure of anything. He was pretty much of a not very fun person. I must review the information I have gathered from each guest today. There may be something that will help reveal the identity of the letter's author. Okay. A bed. You don't want to go to bed? You can speak. So sorry. Your boots. Eh. And the bear sleeping on the floor. Pretend it's sleeping. Okay. Plant. Wow. Plants lean and rely on each other to survive. Something we as a species could take a lesson from. What does it have to do with anything? Ooh, my. Window. Yeah, there are like 3 windows. Why this one specifically? The fallen snow has laid a beautiful white blanket over the countryside that surrounds the house. Drawer. Seems Madame Van den Bosch's heart is a trophy worth fighting over. Eh? Oh, okay. I was over a drawer. I hope you will excuse Major Hagen. I hope you will excuse my bluntness and plain speaking, but there is a matter regarding Madame Van den Bosch that requires not only our attention, but a level of understanding and respect between us both. I am fully aware of the help that you have offered to not only Madame, but her family and household. I am also aware that you know of the assistance that I have given to Madame, and the Viscount before her. We were friends and business partners, and I felt it's my duty to continue to give aid and keep the Van den Bosch name at the standing that it has always been. Having said that, it is not always as simple to keep business and personal matters separate, and this is how I find myself today. Cassandra and I share a bond that one does not experience often in their lifetime. No doubt you have felt similar, but what may be lost to one man is love to another. While I respect you for your efforts in the war and the generosity you have shown Madame, I must request you step back from what you consider to be your duties at the house, and allow for Madame to make her choice, the choice that I believe is obvious to all parties. What? I trust this correspondence remains for your eyes only, and a gentleman's agreement is enough to guarantee our arrangement. Who would fight over this woman? Algorithm function, thank you, Light! It's a really nice drawer. Well, I suppose so, but like worth fighting over the affection of the drawer? Maybe not. Oh my gosh, what the heck? Sorry, it's a rather bold move to challenge the major as they have, especially with his position at the house. Oh my gosh, I can't read. Forgive me. I was distracted by this strange thing over the bare head with like hands or feet dangling. Like, what the heck is this? Sorry. I've known of a man fight for a horrible woman. Really? Well, that's cool for her. This could be the object that brought down some of the impressive animals that now fill the walls. Still trying to understand what's the thing at the top. Can't. Okay. Curious letter. They didn't even sign it. I can sit. Wild animal head. I mean, it's a bear. Mounted animal head. Yeah, it's a bear. This is a bear. I can tell you it is a bear. Okay? Alright. Now that we figured that out, the case is solved officially. Ah, if only. Alright. I'm not sure how I would fare coming face to face with such beasts. I've heard someday that at some point they believed that gorillas were made up. Like unicorns and dragons and stuff like that. They didn't believe that gorillas were real. When Europeans came back to Europe and talked about gorillas to other people and were like, ha, sure. Everyone believed it was like some sort of cryptid thing at first. Note, I don't know why I'm even talking about that. There's no gorilla here. A rather threatening letter has been penned, addressed to Major F. Hagen. Dear Major F. Hagen, I did not think I would ever find myself writing a letter such as this, but under the current circumstances, I see no other option. Madame Van den Bosch and I have been friends for more years than I care to say. That is why I can no longer sit back and allow your bullying to continue. What was he doing exactly? I am well aware of the companionship you have offered to my good friend over the years. It has been most generous, and without it, I care not to think what would have happened to her. But that does not give you the opportunity to act in such a foul and boorish manner. The day the Viscount passed, I promised that I would protect both Cassandra and Angeline, and it is a promise I will keep. You were once a major in the British Armed Forces, but your actions have mirrored of a drunken fools who hold no place in our society, let alone Madame's house. Please do not bother yourself with a response. There is not a this is there is not a question that requires an answer, only a hope that you will see your errors and adjust them accordingly. The author speaks of bullying, and although no specifics are noted, any form of that treatment towards a woman is not acceptable. Towards anybody, really. Just don't bully people, okay? Okay. Drinks globe. I wonder how many travel expeditions have been planned while enjoying the content of the globe. Yeah? I think I just don't understand. I think I'm supposed to talk to him? Maybe not, but like, let's do that. Hi.
Certainly. What do you need?
What do I need? Was it loud enough? I don't know. Sorry. What do you know of the Major's relationship with the guests?
The male
Sorry. I think it's okay. Sorry, I continue.
guests, I believe, he knows in a business capacity, but I'm afraid that's all I know. I will add, though,
Did he finish the sentence? For me, so not loud.
You are talking from personal experience of working for him.
I am head butler to the Van den Bosch family in their home. He has made himself comfortable, but to me he still remains a guest.
Do you know how much of the Major's time in the army? Do you know much? Yes. Does Nuki volume? Okay. Tell me if you want me to raise it for you. I can.
There's not much I couldn't tell you. As soon as he found out my father was in the army, his stories never stopped.
Oh my goodness.
I am sure an officer of his rank must have many a tale.
A tale is a fitting description. Not so much a pinch of salt, more like a bag is needed listening to them.
Okay.
Your help and discretion in this matter are greatly appreciated.
Alright. Now, Okay, I'll start with this one because there is no link to make. What is new here? Ah, those things. Yes. Here's letter. Details the potential conflicting love triangle between the author, the major, and Cassandra. Yeah, I really don't understand. Defending letter. A demand regarding the worker strikes. They did not want the major involved any further. What does it have to do with that? Threatening letter. A letter threatening the major, saying he can't keep treating Cassandra in this way. Hmm. Hmm. B. Determine who in the house warrants cautious attention. Yeah. Ah! Um, the woman! Marco. Nothing new about her, just like she has the thing. Sorry. Like this guy whose name I forgot. Ernesto. Yes, okay. And Hugo. Hugo Beckers. Oh yeah, the guy we talked about earlier. I was like, "Who?" I mean, I know, but like, sorry, I can't express myself. Gideon Demir, like he was mentioned in the letter, and I remember that it must have been this guy. But like, yeah, it's this guy. It says it now. Gosh, I'm very just bad at remembering the names of people. Zakaria, yes. Um. Oh my goodness. Okay. Mm, the other details are Hugo's union work is opening the workers' eyes to their mistreatment. Who supports the union besides Hugo? Oh. Neither brother seem pretty fond of Major. I'm beginning to see a pattern. What is Felix's true thoughts towards a brother? Maybe both of them. What is that? Jens spoke of his support for workers' fair treatment. Hopefully this yields positive result. Ah! Was that on? Yeah, Female Okay, so you?
What a revelation.
Yay! Ernesto. The sort of passion behind that name. I need to pronounce it better. I'm just not very good at like R's in other languages. Like I'm not even good with English R's. They're just like weird. Well, the R's even saying it the name Ernesto, and boom, some of her name. I'm going to drink some water. Maybe that will help. My tongue is dry. Try. Okay. Uh, Sorry, I'm very uh self-conscious. Ernesto. Ah, I'll try every time. His name come up. What a revelation! The only other union supporter I know that is passionate enough to write such a letter, Monsieur Gideon. Okay. Here. Document seems to warn the major about the upcoming strikes. Nice. I'll do my best, promise. Mm, discussion. Let's fight for justice. So is this.
Is there something I am not seeing?
Okay, so not that. Maybe. What is that? Mention of helping the family. Sender claims to have helped the Viscount and Cassandra in the past. Who has helped both Cassandra and the Viscount? Maybe you, Ernesto. Rocking working Rocky working relationship is not really surprising. What? Cassandra Rosetta can say she can support them financially.
Magnifique.
Magnifique! If there is something between Ernesto Ernesto and Madame Van den Bosch, Archibald will surely know of it. Oh my gosh! I will do my best. I can't secretly trying my best. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Yeah, so I need to talk to Archibald to advance the investigation. Okay. So what is this? The letter states the Major is trying to steal Cassandra from them. Who loves Cassandra in this way? Well, goodness. She can't be serious. The Major is generally disliked. Archibald claims there are more people that dislike the Major than do. Yeah, well, that was obvious. There's no surprise the Major would embellish his war stories or make them about his accomplishments. Hmm, and about this one. Threatening letter. Protective figure for Cassandra. Who could be this close to her? Hmm. You?
Another success. I never doubted myself.
Yes! Okay. Margot was quick to speak of her protection over Cassandra. She must take this role very seriously. Woo! Okay. I made the links! Talk to Archibald. Yeah, let's do that. Hello.
Certainly. What do you need?
What can you tell me about Monsieur da Silva, the Major, and Madame Van den Bosch?
You've lost me, detective?
I struggle to believe they were both helping her out of the kindness of their hearts. Could they have been fighting for the Madame's affection?
Oof.
Ah, that didn't take you long to spot.
Monsieur Sterling's lack of real response gives me all the answer I require.
Your help and discretion in this matter are greatly appreciated.
Yeah. Okay. So. Uh-huh, okay.
Things are beginning to become clearer.
Yay! Now I know of Ernesto's feeling towards Cassandra. He must be the one behind the letter.
Some would say a lucky guess. I would say a moment of genius.
It seems the guests were not fond of the Major. Well, yeah. That we figured that much. Um. Yes? You want me to say it's one of the
The
guests?
pieces of the puzzle are finally coming together.
That was kind of obvious, but okay. It's highly possible one of the guests is behind the oofing of the guy. This warrants immediate investigation. Based on the evidence seen in the Major study and bedroom, as well as what I have learned from speaking with the guests, Monsieur da Silva, Comtesse de Vaux, and Monsieur de Mire warrant concern and further investigation. Objective complete! Seems the guests were not fond of the major. Yes, we said that. Yes. So what is that one? Eh. Archibald Adrian's investigation. This guy is the person who knows everything. Hi. Ah, my head. Sorry. Those are like that sounded very strange. Like,
Certainly. What do you need?
yes. What do I need? There's nothing further for me to investigate in here. Would you kindly gather the guests for me?
As you wish, detective.
Oh my gosh. It seems there's no simple explanation for what happened here. The major's popularity amongst the guests does not seem very high. There are still many questions that must be asked. He was a bully. End of the story. Okay. Oh, I forgot this ugly room. The interrogations.
The guests
I
are
nailed it.
waiting for you, detective.
My gosh. Remember, Bubble. Always expect the Spanish Inquisition. Yes, my brother says that sometimes. Nobody ever expects the Spanish Inquisition. They should.
I informed them of what has happened, but divulged no details.
Okay. There goes my opportunity to catch one of them off guard. No matter, I have more than one trick up my sleeve.
I am most grateful. Madame Vandenbosch is here also.
She's in her room with Miss Angeline. It may be better to speak with them privately tomorrow.
Hmm. Oh my god, you recognize a meme. Let's go! Yeah, I don't know a lot of memes, but I do know a few. I A lot of the memes I know are from other people. Like my brother showed me a bunch of memes. One of my friends also. Most of the memes I know are memes that nobody else knows. This is even worse. I sometimes like with sometimes with Yumi, I come up with a random thing. We have fun. We say stuff like "Spartacus," like at age 6 I was born without a face, or this little doll looks like Jim Pickens, but like makes no sense for whoever else.
Oui, merci. I shall come find you again once my questioning is complete.
The guests' alibis are my priority. Once I can confirm their whereabouts this evening, I can understand who had an opportunity. Have my lead suspects from the evidence at the scene of the crime. Perhaps those will change after speaking with them all. You're ahead of the curve, meme-wise. Maybe I'm just far behind. Jackie. What is new about Jackie? She didn't like go on her portrait before. So I just need to talk to everyone. Why did you bring me here? There. What's new here? This. Well, yes. Stop repeating yourself, Poirot. Okay, B. B. And I repeat myself. But it's a letter. Hmm.
I'm afraid our conversation is of a more formal nature this time.
Eh.
So the Major was murdered?
Yeah. Nobody's really surprised, because it was kind of terrible.
It appears so. You can't think that I did it, though.
I just need to talk to everyone, actually, so starting with you.
I will be questioning everyone over the course of the evening, and your cooperation will certainly speed up that process.
Besides speaking with me, tell me about your movements before dinner.
I was here in the salon, minding my own business, enjoying my own company.
Okay. You can enjoy your own company?
Minding your business from whom?
Comtesse, what's her name, and my brother. Apart from wanting to congratulate him for a great right hook, there was nothing I had to say to him.
Okay.
Comtesse de Vos. And they will both confirm you were here?
If she had taken a moment to notice anything besides herself, she will tell you I was here the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
I think that is all for now. Merci for your time.
Right. Does not seem to like anybody. Hey yo, Hugo.
Bonsoir, Monsieur Beckers. Merci for speaking with me.
Monsieur Poirot, or should it be Detective Poirot now?
Huh? Yeah, well, I was a detective from the start. Hello, Skybread! Hello!
Detective Poirot is perfect. Merci. I would like to begin with a few questions.
Go right ahead, Detective Poirot.
Um, can you tell me where you were prior to dinner?
I took great pleasure in seeing the Major's ego as well as his face take a bruising. And then I made my way to the library.
Oh my gosh.
Well, you spoke with Mademoiselle Conrad.
Hmm.
And yourself? Yes.
Alright.
We were the only two that you spoke with.
One of the servants brought me a drink, and I was telling her about the benefits of joining a union. She didn't understand what it truly meant to be a part of something. Something bigger than just her. I was trying to explain to her how.
Monsieur,
Well, I mean, that answers your question, though.
Oh, yes, it was just the two of you, and the servant.
Strange that he does not seem to recall seeing Monsieur da Silva in the library.
and you are sure there was no one else present?
I'm not sure what you're getting at, Detective. You were there.
Merci, Monsieur Beckers. It has been a most enlightening conversation.
Hmm. Smiley face. You missed that? Missed you too. Hello. Ernesto. I missed it this time. My tongue's dry again. Sorry, nameless. I can do better. Ernesto. No. Blech. It's hard. Ernesto. No, that sounds like I'm trying to be a pigeon. Oh no, I'm sorry. Okay. Note to self. Don't become a pigeon to pronounce people's names. This is bad. You can do better than this. I need to tame my tongue. It does not want to cooperate with me. But aside from that, I'm okay, I guess. Okay. Saliva ASMR. Ernesto. Alright, that's better. I don't understand why it's so hard for me.
Monsieur de Silva, merci for obliging me.
A detective comes to a party and a dead body shows up. Coincidental, don't you think?
They seem to follow me everywhere I go, actually. It's just like, it's the beginning of my career, so I don't know yet. Hehe.
A man's death is not a matter to joke on, monsieur.
Well, I mean, nobody liked this guy. Still, I guess. How are you, people? How is everyone? People keep asking me how I am. I don't even ask back. So rude of myself. Sorry.
Who said anything about a joke? I am saying what I see.
Yeah.
Then perhaps you can tell me what it was you saw this evening.
Where were you prior to dinner?
Following whatever that was in the hall, I moved to the library.
Mm.
Is there anyone that can confirm that?
Miss Conrad and Beckers were in there, arguing about something. The books held my interest far more than their conversation.
You did not speak with them until dinner was served?
I had no reason to get involved with their little spat. It was clear they didn't want me to hear, and that suited me just fine.
Merci for your cooperation.
Did they just like ignore the guy completely? Did not see him? It's like they were having a private conversation that they did not want anyone else to hear. This guy was there the whole time. They don't even like mention him. This is bizarre. Unless he's actually part of the thing. I don't know. I don't think. Maybe I don't have a clue actually. Doing alright, slow day. The weather has been nice. Here it's rainy, which I like. Hi! You. Gideon!
Monsieur Demir, I am sorry your celebrations have taken a rather dark turn.
Hmm.
As am I, Detective. I hope we will be able to bring this investigation to an end post-haste.
With your cooperation, I will do my very best.
Yeah, good luck to me. Besides your time in the hall, where were you before we were summoned to the dining room?
I was here in the salon. I thought I would have a moment of peace to calm myself, but the Comtesse and my brother followed behind.
Mm-hmm. Very rainy week. Sorry, I was like dreaming.
Did they inquire into the reasons behind the fight in the hall?
Mm.
I think they both saw it as some light entertainment, more than anything else.
Yeah, I love my entertainment battles in the hall.
The Comtesse does not strike me as one to enjoy violence.
Yeah, but I think she does not really like the Major, so...
And not so much violence, but karma for the Major, perhaps. You did not hear how he spoke to my wife-to-be. She is still rather upset about the whole thing.
What in the world did he even say?
If you would be so kind as to stay here, I may require your help further.
Alright. Margot! You're behind the table! Oh no! I cannot. I'm joking. It's easy. Hi. So close.
Comtesse, I am sorry our next conversation must be under such formal circumstances.
It is not the first time Felix has ruined a good party.
Yeah, he's a real party pooper. I think that's not the expression. Party popper? I don't know. He's not good at parties.
The current state of tonight's celebrations is the least of my priorities, Comtesse.
Well, it's at the top of mine, detective. I did not come here for a wake.
Especially not for him. You would not have showed up if it was for him.
Perhaps then we should proceed with my questions and you can get back to celebrating.
It would be my pleasure, chérie.
Ooh, merci. The first one, really? Wow. I was like, did I say something bad? I mentioned poop. Yeah. We spoke earlier. Did you remain here in the salon until dinner was served?
I did. I thought by staying in one place, it would be easy for the staff to bring me my drinks. How wrong I was.
I think they were just like struggling with everything.
And who else was present in here?
The handsome groom-to-be and his brother, although Zachariah, is it, made a rather sharp exit at one stage.
Huh.
Did he say where he was going?
He barely said 2 words to either of us. I think he was more concerned with his drink.
Huh. Honored to notice Monsieur Demir's drinking, and yet no one seems concerned. The thing is, everyone is just aware that he is like that.
Merci, Countess. If I have any further questions, I shall be sure to come and find you.
Okay. So, now... I forgot your name, I'm sorry. Who are you already? Jackie! Yeah, that's the last name I thought about. That makes sense, though.
Mademoiselle Conrad, I am sure you understand the delicate nature of the situation.
I knew I had seen your face before. You were just an officer when that story hit the paper.
Oh, no.
You have a très bon memory, mademoiselle. That was a long time ago.
Oh my gosh.
You can't escape the past, especially when you go and do something like that.
What in the world did I do?
That is very true, but one can learn from it and create a better future.
Yes.
What would you say to an
Oof.
Please, mademoiselle. Catching the Major's killer is my sole concern right now.
As it should be. So there's mysteries? Yes, I am a detective, so I need to detect the mysteries. Well, detect the answer of the questions and the mysteries. This is just like the worst phrasing of all time. Let's go.
Now, if you would be so kind, I have some questions for you.
Tell me about your evening since your arrival.
I arrived, unpacked my bags in my room, and made it downstairs just in time to see the Major take a right hook from Gideon. And then I went to check out the library.
Cool.
And you were joined by Monsieur Beckers.
And Ernesto, or Monsieur de Silver, as you say. But after he ignored my attempt at pleasantries, I left him to his book in the corner.
Okay, so you knew it was there. It's an interesting concept. Yes, well, it's based on, like, novels.
And your conversation with Monsieur Beckers that I interrupted.
You are a persistent one, aren't you? Makes sense now I know who you really are. You'll just have to wait and read about it in the paper like everyone else.
Alright. Mademoiselle Conrad still remains tight-lipped about her discussion with Monsieur Beckers, but a hint at reading about it in the newspaper makes me believe it may be of a much grander nature than I expected.
You have been most helpful. I request you do not go too far. Merci.
Oof. Alright, so now it's going to be X time. Oh my gosh, I can make too many links. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. I'm scared. Okay, I'll start from the bottom. Hello. Ernesto. Oh my gosh. Ah! 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 I cringe every time. This is so bad. I'm so sorry. Ernesto spent most of his time in the library. Yes. And being able to pronounce his name properly, also. Unlike me. Okay, you. Now. Ernesto overheard an argument between them, but did not hear what was said. Can this be verified? Those are some nice rolls. They feel like completely over exaggerated. But I guess not as bad as when I end up saying W's instead of R's in English. But I don't do that every time, but sometimes I do. Like, this is weird. Woo. I'm sorry. I don't like when I start doing that. It's bad. Why are R's so difficult? Hi. Ernesto was reading a book in the corner alone. Can this be verified? I mean, what do you mean can this be verified? Hello? Only talk to Jackie and myself while in the library. Can this be verified? Oh my gosh. You want to verify everything. Hugo was in the library following the altercation. Yes. Conversation I overheard upon entering the library. Surely this can be verified? Bruh, you were here! I don't understand! Jackie was in the library following the altercation. Yes. Marco was in the salon with Gideon and Zachariah. You want to verify that too? Oh my gosh. Apparently Margot was talking with Gideon in the salon. Can this be verified? Oh my gosh. Apparently Zachariah left the room at one point in the evening. Did anyone else notice his absence? You should probably ask his brother who was there also, or I don't know. Margot and Zachariah followed Gideon in the salon. Can this be verified? What the heck? I suppose I need to make links to verify? Angeline is still upset at what happened with the major. Gideon moved into the salon after the altercation with the major. They were both present in the salon. Can this be verified? Oh my gosh. Zachariah was in the salon following the altercation. Zachariah had no interest in speaking with Margot or his brother. Yes. Okay. Let's go. You. What can I verify? Gosh. I don't know this.
I should not be surprised by my own skills of deduction.
Alright. They confirm each other's appearance in the library. Well, yes. Okay, so. This?
I should not be surprised by my own skills of deduction.
Jackie and Hugo confirm each other's appearance in the library. Okay. Now. Hmm. Uh. Wait, I forgot. Okay, oh my gosh, sorry.
What a revelation.
Okay. Uh-huh. I don't know. Here? No, then here. Or somewhere.
Another success. I
Okay.
never.
I never done it myself. Sorry, I skipped it accidentally. The governing judges were in the salon. Okay, yes. So... Uh... Did anyone else notice his absence? Yeah, this is bizarre that she claims he left, but... Nobody else mentioned it, like, he didn't. I walked around all the time and I never saw him walk out, I think. I should ask Archibald, maybe? Or you? Did you see? Or what? I have 2 links left. What it is? I forgot. I'm not sure what I need to link here left. What's left to link? What like what? Oh my gosh. Um what am I supposed to link? Anywhere. uh, you were reading?
I must
No.
act on thought and fact, not on impulse.
I'm very impulsive though. You ask too much out of me. I don't know what to do. Oh my.
The pieces of the puzzle are finally coming together.
Okay, so I can ask Gideon. Margot claims Zachariah stepped out of the room, but Gideon did not mention it. Was his missing time accounted for? Here. Oops. Okay, and what is the last link? All the things. Eh. No, not interested in speaking to Margot or his brother. It's one of the things I haven't linked, but I don't know what I would link it with. And the bride being upset. Don't know what else I could do with it. Uh, I don't have a clue, so I'm just going to do random things.
Order and method. That is the way to solve the problem.
Yeah, and my order and method is to just wait for the game to tell me what I'm supposed to be doing. Because I really don't have a clue. Oh my.
Come, my little Graysons. We must think logically.
Yeah. Can you tell me? No? Okay, so I'm just going to like this is the most not linkable thing of all time, so surely it's going to tell me it's wrong and tell me what is the real answer.
This will not get me any closer to my goal.
I know because this is a stupid link. These two. Okay. Thank you. I spoke with Jackie and myself and Ernesto. Ernesto was reading a book in the corner alone.
Magnifique.
Mwah. Hugo 5 Dimension seeing Ernesto in the library. This is kind of strange. Okay, so that's what you wanted me to say, okay. I already noticed that. I just didn't know you wanted me to make a link about it. Talk to Hugo to investigation. Okay, so I need to talk to Hugo and Gideon. B. B. Hi.
No trouble at all. How can I help?
No, wait.
If you would be so kind as to stay here, I may require your help further.
That was wrong. Sorry, messed up. Hi. Yeah, you. Hi.
Whatever you require, detective.
Your story of tonight's events.
I know you are probably used to dealing with criminals, but not everyone is trying to hide something.
Yeah, but my.
I hope for your sake that you do not hide anything from me.
What is it you think I'm hiding?
I struggle to believe you did not know of Monsieur da Silva's presence in the library.
Is that what this is about? I saw him hiding in the corner, pretending to read. I'd be surprised if he even could. I did not speak to him, and he certainly didn't make any attempt to speak with me.
Monsieur Demire invited you here to speak with him. You didn't see that as a fitting time too?
I was speaking with Jacqueline, and quite frankly, I was in no mood to be dealing with that man.
You hate him? Monsieur Becker is courageous and full of vigor in his planning, but his execution does not share much confidence.
Merci, Monsieur Beckers. It has been a most enlightening conversation.
I'm not sure I learned anything. Hi.
I'm an open book, Poirot.
Oh boy. Your version of events.
I told you already. I was here in the salon.
And you did not leave even once.
Well, I had to use the bathroom. I didn't realize I had to update you every time nature called.
Mm-hmm.
You may keep your calls of nature to yourself, merci. And then you returned to the salon.
If you don't believe me, ask Archibald. He saw me on his way up to the study.
Okay.
I think that is all for now. Merci for your time.
Let's go. Okay, so my dad's playing the trumpet. Okay, you them Hugo has acknowledged the presence of Ernesto. Can this be verified? Oh my gosh, please.
Some would say a lucky guess. I would say a moment of genius.
Hugo and Ernesto now confirm each other's appearance in the library.
Things are beginning to become clearer.
Are they? Hugo, Ernesto, and Jackie support each other's versions of events. Someone else must be responsible, surely. Uh-huh. Well, yes, someone who was not in the library, I assume. Okay. Uh, talk to Archibald. Yeah. Yes. Okay. So B, B, Archibald. Hi, Archibald. Hi. Hello.
Can you confirm seeing Monsieur Demir in the hall this evening?
Can you?
Zachariah, yes. I was on my way with a bottle of whiskey to the Major. He shouted a rather ignorable greeting to me and asked for directions to the bathroom.
Okay.
I presume you showed him the way?
Aye, detective. I showed him to the hall bathroom. I didn't think it was wise to attempt the stairs, not in that state.
This parrot butler is more experienced in walking when you're all messed up. Sorry. I. Okay, so what? Uh, X. Archibald confirms seeing Zachariah in the hall and directing him to the bathroom. Yes, okay, so.
I must take a different approach if I am to uncover the truth.
Okay, so not that. Mm. So, what is about this thing that can link anything else? This is the only new thing, isn't it? Or,
I cannot see the logic in this. Perhaps a second look at the evidence in front of me.
yeah, I don't have a clue. What the heck do you want me to do?
What a revelation!
Eh? Oh, it's just the weather. What a revelation! Yes! Archibald confirmed the Zacharias' movements out of the sound, however brief.
The pieces of the puzzle are finally coming together.
A day? Gideon, Zachariah, and Marco were all in the salon, at least for some time altogether. Surely someone else is to blame. Even with some minor differences in stories, the guests all confirm each other's alibis. This is not the outcome I was expecting, or perhaps hoping for. Well, revelation! Spurples! You back? Objective complete. Follow I mean? If it's not these people, that means either it's one of the Vanden Bush woman or one of the servants who did it. Because really, it could be anyone. But he liked this guy. Come, my little gray cells, let us solve this mystery. New mind map unlocked. Oh my gosh! That did not yield the result I desired. Perhaps a more direct approach, considering their potential motives, will reveal more. What do you want me to do about this? You want me to talk to them again, or what? Continue your interrogations and determine the likely motives. Okay, let's go. I'll starting with you again. Bonjour, why do I need to get so close to you to talk to you? It's so uncomfortable. Oh my gosh.
I'm an open book, Poirot.
Yes, okay. Did you speak with the major this evening?
Why would I? I've got nothing to say to him, except maybe to keep his hands off what is ours.
Okay.
What is yours that he could want?
Money, of course. Why do you think he has been suckling at the Van den Bosch for so long? He's bled them dry, and now they will all do the same to our money.
The butler seemed pretty shady. Really? I don't even know what to think.
Our?
Fathers, Gideons, it's all the same.
Huh. I get the sense you and Monsieur Gideon are not the closest.
When you have not been on level playing fields for years, it's hard to have a family.
Eh?
I am afraid I do not quite understand.
If we're playing golf, he has a full set of clubs and a caddy, in the form of my father, and I have the old split putter. Make sense now?
Okay.
Perfectly.
I'm sorry about that. There is certainly some hostility towards his brother. This runs much deeper than brotherly rivalry.
I think that is all for now. Merci for your time.
Alright. Hi. Okay.
Whatever you require, detective.
Yeah, whatever do I require? How do you know the victim?
I know that I don't think, or didn't think, a great deal of him. I'm just sorry I didn't get the chance to tell him what I thought.
The man has recently been murdered.
Yeah.
Someone must stand up to men like him, with their crooked dealings and lack of, well, any compassion at all.
Yeah, I can confirm.
Another rousing speech, monsieur.
It's the truth. If you knew what I know, maybe he wouldn't be dead, but behind bars instead.
Oh, I wish that would have happened. Your connection to the family is through Monsieur Demi, n'est-ce pas?
Yes, Gideon invited me. If you will recall from our previous conversation, we have been working together and he thought now would be a good time to discuss matters.
That's a very strange time to do that.
To discuss business at the celebration of his engagement.
We're all here, so what better time? He thought Da Silva might even let his guard down if he was in a more jubilant mood. It would be wise to not continue to ignore us any longer.
Eh?
And what business was it that was so urgent?
We're trying to resolve the worker strikes. It has gone on long enough. Now is the time for him to listen to our demands so we can put an end to it all. Put the violence and upset behind us.
Ah. So, are there plans for a negotiation with Monsieur da Silva?
I am fighting for the basic rights of our workers, nothing more. If he can't see that, he is a lesser man than I already thought.
Okay.
And where does Monsieur Gideon fit into the negotiations? And his brother?
His brother? I didn't even know he had a brother until I arrived here. Gideon certainly hasn't talked much about him. I get the sense there's not much love lost between them.
Mm-hmm. He seemed to hold a certain level of, shall we say, anger towards the Major.
Anger, yes, but that's all. I wouldn't kill a man.
You must see why this leads me to have suspicions.
You can't honestly think I did it. I am a man of peace. I make changes with words, not with violence.
I already mentioned the Major and Monsieur Beckers became rather flustered and defensive. When was the last time you saw the Major? Did he say it, or I did not hear it? Last I saw he was outside having a cigar. We I spoke with him myself, but that was some time ago. Where's the voice acting? He does love a cigar. You'd have to stand out in those conditions. I could barely see him through the snow. His pants are too high for him to be guilty. Is that the way you can judge of someone's guilt? The height at which they wear their pants?
Merci, Monsieur Beckers. It has been a most enlightening conversation.
Okay. Alright, alright. Let's get more water. Okay, let's talk to Ernesto.
More questions? I suppose so.
Um, can you tell me more about your relationship with the deceased?
Felix, I didn't know him that well. We spoke a handful of times. I met him through Cassandra. I thought him to be rather pompous.
They teach that in detective school, I think. Ah. You think so too? He does kind of look Asian. Uh,
But you remained polite, as any gentleman would.
Of course.
the negative opinion of the major is rather ubiquitous. I'm yet to meet someone with a particularly positive view of him. He said you had talked with the major a few times. About what exactly?
He had approached me about doing some business together. I like to know who I'm getting into bed with first.
Eh? He kinda does. Yeah.
And you both went ahead with your business venture.
Not so much a business venture, more security related. But there's no need to discuss that any further.
Is there something you wish to remain hidden about your partnership, monsieur?
It was far from a partnership. I hired him to run security at my factories. If the workers were going to get violent, I wanted to make sure I was ready to protect my property.
Okay. Both you and the major have been very supportive of Madame van den Bosch over the years, n'est-ce pas?
That is correct.
And the reason for your support was always of a purely platonic nature.
Why you even... Okay.
If you're trying to insinuate that I was expecting something in return, you can remove your head from the gutter.
I meant no offense. I'm only trying to understand the dynamic of your relationship.
I may need to approach this in a different manner. Perhaps I should speak with the Countess on this. Why don't you tell me more about your relationship with Madame van den Bosch? This is going to be like, oh my gosh, stop it.
What is there to say? She's a remarkable woman, and I admire her. Even after Edwin's death, she held herself with such poise.
Is that a good thing? That seems rather terrible to me. Like, she's not even sad about her husband's passing. Wow.
It sounds as though you hold her in the highest regard.
And why shouldn't I? Women these days could take a leaf out of her book on how to present themselves.
Okay.
Merci for your cooperation.
I am all yours, detective.
Uh, Did you speak to the Major about how he treated Madame Van den Bosch?
Why would I actively choose to speak to that wretched man?
To give him a piece of your mind, probably.
You were quite adamant of your protection of Madame. If he was as awful as you portrayed him to be, there must have been some words spoken, or perhaps written?
He was quite aware of how I felt towards him, and the lengths he has gone to remain close to the family. That is all that needs to be said.
Uh-huh.
I must admit, I would not want to be on the receiving end of your tongue's wrath, Countess.
Wise thinking, detective.
What of Madame Van den Bosch and Monsieur da Silva's relationship?
What of it?
Do you believe there was something more to their friendship?
As I have said, detective, I am not one to gossip.
I would not even consider your name and that word in the same sentence.
Because it is not gossip when it's the truth.
I'm not sure that is exactly correct, but the Countess has made a bold attempt to justify her wagging tongue.
Why else do you think he would stay around for so long? Yes, he was a friend and partner to the Viscount, but it is plain to see it is Cassandra's partnership he longs for.
Oh my gosh! You've explained that the Major was trying to remain close to the family, but not why.
He was a disgusting leech that was driven only by money and power, like most men.
Rip. Sorry, guys. It's probably not true, but there's a lot of them who are like that. But probably not most. I don't think most, but like too many, probably.
I can assure you not all men are concerned with such egotistical wealth.
That may be, but they are few and far between. I believe you are a special case, Detective Poirot.
Would you marry me, Margot? Okay, maybe not.
It is not the first time I have been described in such a way.
She got a point. Uh, I don't want to be like the person like, everyone's terrible. Sometimes I'm like that too, especially when I'm too depressed. Everyone's terrible. Yeah. Should ask my mom, she'll tell you. Crying in her arms, like, I'm making absolutely no sense. Just like, can barely understand 3 words. I hate everything. I hate everyone. Everything is terrible. Everyone is mean. Oh boy. No, I don't think I've said everyone is mean since like elementary school. It's not the first time I have been described in such a way.
Embrace the compliment, Detective. You have set yourself apart from the horrid crétins that seem to somehow make their way into positions of authority and power.
Probably make it all the way up to these positions because they don't mind like stepping on other people to get there. Well, decent people just are content with what they have and don't try to like rule their people, and they don't just like mess up other people's lives to get what they want.
And that is what the Major was doing? Using Madame Van den Bosch as his ladder to the top?
You are finally seeing the man he was. A weak and self-indulgent social climber.
The Countess has certainly opened my eyes to the Major's true ambitions with the Van den Bosch family. I wonder if Madame herself is aware of his greed and hunger for social recognition. I'm sure you have noticed Madame Van den Bosch's absence. Van den Bosch's absence.
I imagine she would have shed a tear for him, but she should not waste any more.
You don't think she would? Or you don't want her to?
I have made it quite clear what I think of that man, alive or dead. I would not want her to waste anything further on him.
Hmm. I don't know who has a sharper tongue, Madame Van den Bosch or the Comtesse. There's certainly a close race for first place. This is just like old women. Now I'm making for two old women. Like, either they get sweeter as they grow older, either they get like more grumpy as they grow older. I wonder which one I will be. Or maybe I won't grow old at all. Who knows? We can't really plan these things. Maybe I'm going to grow younger. I'm sorry, this is getting weird.
Merci, Comtesse. If I have any further questions, I shall be sure to come and find you.
Sorry if I said that thing that was worrying. That's why I made a joke after that. Like I didn't mean it like that. So oh my gosh, no. I'm not very good at spinning. Can do it a little and then I just lose. Anyway, I'm just talk to Jackie.
You came to the right place. What do you need?
What do I need? What did you know the victim?
I know that he was not the good and honest man he liked to think he was.
Did he really think he was good and honest? I think Bubble will be the kind of old lady that keeps bullet candy out for gas. As long as I can eat a few myself.
In what sense?
If you spoke to him for longer than 5 minutes, you'd know. I've met people in dark alleys I trust before him.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
And on the occasions when you did speak with him, what was discussed?
I'm sorry, Poirot. If you're looking for a deep-seated secret between me and him, you're going to be disappointed.
Yeah, I don't think she spent much time with this guy, but who knows. Mademoiselle Conrad is wise to the nature of this question. She knows exactly what and what not to say. This nut may be harder to crack than first expected. I'll get that one out of the way right away. As you were previously speaking with him, I assume you know Monsieur Beckers as well then.
That man has got some real anger issues. I get why he's frustrated. He's trying his best for the workers, but holding on to rage like that, something's gonna burst.
Mount suppressing his anger. And body that is not alive anymore. The most amateur detective could see a connection. Yeah, but maybe she's trying to pin it on somebody else. Poirot's gonna arrest her barber after this case. Oh my gosh. You seem to know a great deal about everyone. What can you tell me about Monsieur da Silva and Madame Van den Bosch?
If you think you can use me as some sort of gossip machine, you are sorely mistaken.
I mean, aren't you a gossip machine? You write news articles. That's basically what it is, right?
I can assure you it is not a case of gossiping. At this point, everything may be relevant to my investigation.
So I would be helping you potentially solve a crime? You should have said that off the bat. To say he's smitten is an understatement. I reckon he's been wanting her for years.
Okay.
I see. Madame does not feel the same?
Does Madame feel anything?
Doesn't look like it. If she did, she would have said something about it, right?
What are your thoughts on the Countess? I'd appreciate your opinion of her. On her.
I don't know if you really would. She's got a mouth the size of Texas, except when it comes to truths about her.
Oh my gosh, okay.
She wants everyone to think that she's the savior of these girls at the shelter. But there's a side to her I don't think anyone gets to see.
What is it?
And what side is that?
One that she is keeping tucked away under her very expensive dress.
I can only see the work at the women's shelter as positive. Even if the reason to start came from a selfish place, the work they cannot they cannot be the work they do cannot be scoffed at. It reminds me of the kind of thing somebody else told me the other day.
You have been most helpful. I request you do not go too far. Merci.
Okay, so should talk to her again. Hi. I'm going to pretend like you literally heard the conversation. She was sitting right next to her. Oh my gosh.
I am all yours, detective.
I don't think you're
Merci,
ready.
Countess. If I have any further questions, I shall be sure to come and find you.
It's scary. It's too scary. Okay, so X. Talk to Mako, talk to Zakaria. Oh my gosh. Okay. Eh, eh, eh. Talk to Zakaria. To advance the investigation about Hugo? I forgot. Calm down, but I wonder if the threat could have escalated. Uh-huh. It is obvious he has some information on the major. Trying to improve workers' standards seems like a honest motive for his negotiations. The friendship. Ernesto and Cassandra's friendship. Jackie seems very sure that Ernesto's feelings are one of friendship. What? Hugo's frustration. According to Jackie, Hugo is still mad at the major in her absence.
Some would say a lucky guess. I would say a moment of genius.
Hugo claims to have calmed down since his argument with the major, but Jackie disputed this. Jackie's opinion of Marco is not that much better than that of the major's. What is it that Marco is hiding? Not trusting the major shows signs of past conflict. There must be more to this. Somebody likes this guy. That's what there is. Okay. Cassandra, more than a friend to Ernesto. Ernesto, sorry. Mago confirmed that Ernesto has always had feelings for Cassandra. Do others know of Ernesto's love? Gosh. Major leached onto Cassandra. Quite the statement. There's certainly some animosity between Mago and the Major. She's a talk to Chuck, he did his investigations. They did, yes. Major and Cassandra. Hinting at issues regarding the Major and Cassandra's relationship. Blip, 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 blip. Ernesto has business connection with the family. Specifically, Ernesto has worked with both Cassandra and the Major. The Major was working as security for the factories during the strikes. Uh, so to Jackie, talk to Marco. And Ernesto denies Cassandra is more than a friend. His true feelings have finally come to light. Eh. It feels as though he has held on to this resentment for a long time. Okay. So, what is the link I must make here? They contradict each other here.
Magnifique.
Perhaps Ernesto had hidden his secret love well. We can use this to our advantage. Can we? Talk to him to advance investigation. Poor guy. Ernesto, Marco, Zakaria. Okay, I'm going to start with the people that don't feel too intimidating to talk to. Hi. Can I? Okay.
More questions? I suppose so.
Apologies for the insistent question on the subject, but you and Madame Vandenbush, poor guy.
Mademoiselle Conrad was quick to talk of your hidden feelings towards her. Perhaps only hidden to Madame Vandenbosch herself.
What has this got to do with the Major's death? Does Cassandra know you have spoken to others about this? I have only tried to help her.
Now that I think about it, if be the bad detective, I would just start throwing hands. Ask question later. You'd be a real police officer. Joking. I hope they don't do that. I don't know. I've heard like people complain that sort of thing, but this sounds like very like it would not work out if they all did that. I'm sorry. I don't think they all do that. But maybe some do that. I don't know. Mary asking the question. There's no reason to panic. I would would greatly help me if you would answer honestly. Or I'm not accusing you of anything, but if you continue to avoid the question, I think there's in fact something you are hiding. Oh boy. What would be the best way with this guy? I'm from the kind of do. Oh no. I'm sorry. I hope you don't meet them too much then. What is that? I'm not. What is that? Uh, yeah. I wanted to look. Uh, mm, shoot. Which one did I open? I don't. Well, it should be okay no matter what. Achievement? View. Instant tips, control, na. Bracelet. I don't. Doesn't mind. Uh, no. Blackmail. We're beyond that now. Hall. The education. Okay. Mm, I'm supposed to inspect a bottle behind the bar. Okay, well. eh, Okay, doesn't seem like it makes any difference here, or like they don't tell me. So I'm just going to ignore that. Okay. I don't know.
There may be some feelings there, but Madame Van den Bosch does not know of them, and I trust that it will remain that way.
Why in the world would I tell her about that? It would be weird.
Merci for your cooperation.
Okay. Where? I'm supposed to talk to you.
No trouble at all. How can I help?
Oh boy. I'd like to ask you about your work with the union.
I have lent my voice to some discussions. I have tried to facilitate meetings. Just positive support.
Mm-hmm.
Does that positive support include sending letters to those on the opposing side?
Detective Poirot, I'm not sure what you think I have done.
Monsieur, a letter has been found threatening the Major of what might happen if he does not act promptly, and now he has wound up dead.
Uh,
You think my sending him a letter warning him not to get involved means I murdered him?
that's quite the leap.
At this time, it is certainly reason for me to be suspicious.
I have been funding the strikes, Detective. These men deserve fair treatment and a wage that fits the hard work they undertake every single day. The Major didn't see that. All he cared about was the money for his services, and that is all I care to discuss.
It appears Monsieur's letter was at least written with noble intentions, but is still hesitant to talk more on the Major's association. I spoke with your brother earlier. Was certainly enjoying himself.
What do you mean?
I do not mean to pry, only I imagine the whole room was aware of his celebrating with a bottle.
You must be mistaken. Neither my brother nor I drink.
He has been drinking all night. I do not know how he could not have noticed the state his brother was in. Perhaps one does not see what does not want to believe. How is your relationship with your brother? Got a call from work? Fair enough.
We aren't the closest, but what brothers are we?
Well, probably a lot of brothers actually.
I would argue that many are.
Drink all night like a real champ. Based.
We've lived very different lives. Our priorities are different. He does not see things the way I do. There isn't much more to say.
Okay. There is clearly more to uncover here. I shall return to the matter when I have the fuel that is required to get the answers. With the joining of your two families and the Major being around so much, I assume you know him well?
I knew of him more than actually knowing him myself. In the past, he made his feelings towards my brother and I quite clear.
Okay.
And that was not in a positive way.
Probably not, no?
I certainly wouldn't call trying to get Angeline to postpone the engagement positive.
Huh.
If you would be so kind as to stay here, I may require your help further.
Right. Hi. Wait, I'm supposed to... Something about the piano, but I don't think so. Well,
Ah,
I'm glad to see there's something for all tastes. Perhaps I will be able to enjoy your drink later. But of sherry. I don't know much about drinks.
huh.
So, okay. Oh, hi. Hi, 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 hi.
I'm an open book, Poirot.
Your relationship with your brother, it seems everyone has an opinion.
That doesn't surprise me, and yet, no one actually asks.
I am asking now.
I should have expected that, shouldn't I? What is there to say? We used to be close, but not so much anymore.
I would find it very helpful if you could at least elaborate on your relationship.
He went to school, got an education, and was the apple of our father's eye. I went to war. See the difference now?
Ugh. Monsieur has again mentioned his time in the war. While I do not mean to belittle his efforts for his country, it seems as though he has not been able to leave that life behind on the battlefield. What do you know of your brother's work with the Union?
If you want to know about Gideon's part in the Union, why don't you ask him?
So, you are aware of his support for them?
Yes, well, he...
Oui, monsieur?
It'd be best to just ask him.
Monsieur either does not know how much of what his brother does, or is protecting him rather coyly.
I think that is all for now. Merci for your time.
There's still some love. Ah, got stuck in the chair. Hi, I'm talking to you again. If I just... Yeah.
No trouble at all. How can I help?
I'd like to talk more about your brother. Oh my gosh.
I believe there are more important matters at hand than talking about my brother and I's relationship, or lack thereof.
The murderer is in his house, and by holding back information that may help my investigation, you only make me suspicious of your involvement. Monsieur Demir, if you continue to withhold information, I can only assume you are hiding something, and must treat you as a prime suspect in the Major's murder.
Oh boy.
I have nothing to hide. If you must know, we have not been on the best terms for years now. As I said, we are different people. He does not see the importance of planning for the future, and as much as my parents tried, we could not make him see that. I suppose that is why he sees me as their favorite.
He still believes that now.
I assume so. We barely talk anymore. I was hoping we would be able to sit down and talk and leave the past behind. This evening has not panned out that way.
If you would be so kind as to stay here, I may require your help further.
Alright. Hi.
I am all yours, detective.
Push on the Major's aggression towards Cassandra.
Countess, you gave me the impression the Major and the Madame were close. But there were times where he acted rather aggressively to her, n'est-ce pas?
I am sorry, detective, but I did not mean to give you such an impression.
Hmm. Have already built rapport. I've already built a rapport with the Countess. Oh my gosh. Some may even say in a flirtatious manner. That was bizarre, yes. Perhaps if I continue to charm her, she will reveal the information I require. Uh-huh. So do I need to take that as okay, flattering? It is obviously who am mistaken. Fine woman of your stature would not purposely lead a young man astray.
Ever the charmer, detective. I would talk more on it, but I'm afraid Cassandra would think I am talking about her behind her back.
Ah, is she now? The Countess has something more to say, but she still holds back. Something tells me it is more to do with receiving attention. Perhaps I can use that to my advantage. Coercive is the one I'm supposed to take now. Okay. You obviously care a great deal about Madame Van den Busch. Assisting me will help clear her of any wrongdoing. That is what you want for her, isn't it?
It is not often I am swayed so easily. I applaud you on your willingness and persistence. From day one, I was wary of his intentions. And it was not long before he showed his true colors.
What happened?
If it is a tear she sheds, it should be one of joy that he is out of her life.
Oh.
I understand your feelings towards the Major, but perhaps there was...
He was a bully. He took his shortcomings out on her, and she sat there and accepted it. I never thought I would see the day. Perhaps now she will be able to see the man he truly was. Karma will always catch up to you.
Merci, Countess. If I have any further questions, I shall be sure to come and find you.
Okay. Oh goodness. Okay. So much stuff. Okay. I guess that is that. Although they aren't close, Zakaria is willing to withhold details about his brother's dealings. Why does this surprise me? Ernesto cares deeply for Cassandra. Perhaps his anger has peaked. How deep does Ernesto's love go, I wonder? Oh my gosh. The Major is abusive, confirmed. Mako finally told the truth of the Major's treatment of Cassandra. Uh-huh. Now, this guy, so much happened. So we'll start with that, I guess. Gideon and Zacharias quarrel. They are very different people. Gideon feels detached from Zachariah. Clearly, they haven't been close for some time. Is this feeling mutual, I wonder?
Another success. I never doubted myself.
The brothers are suspicious individually, but I cannot see them working together. Sorry. Poo poo poo. This was clearly shown in the altercation that occurred in the hall. Major didn't approve of the marriage. Yeah. Have confirmed it was Gideon that penned the letter to the Major, warning him off. Warning him off. Blech. Gideon denies his brother's drinking. It is as clear as day. Why is Gideon denying this? Gideon hesitant to mention past with the Major. There is still something regarding the Major that he is withholding. Does Gideon have something to hide? There's the carrier. Yeah, okay. Uh, this point I don't really know, so I'm just going to make random stuff.
This will not get me any closer to my goal.
Haha. Okay.
I must act on thought and fact, not on impulse. I must take a different approach if I am to uncover the truth.
Okay, now you'll tell me. Whoa. Oh, these two. Same guy? Two connections with the same guy? Okay.
I should not be surprised by my own skills of deduction.
Ernesto denies Cassandra is more her friend. What does it have to do with anything?
Things are beginning to become clearer.
Claims not to be close to his brother, but still seeks to withhold information about him. I had my own opinion of the Major, one that his wiser kept to myself, but I did not expect so many like-minded thinkers. I should think further on what I have heard in my quarters. Objective complete! Just... What? Hi? Excuse me? Can I... Okay. Talk to Archibald to advance the investigation. Yeah, the brothers are both trying to protect each other, but kind of weirdly. Like, you pretend that his brother does not drink, and he's like, I don't, no, I don't really know about that. Just talk to him. Talk to Archibald. Archibald. Hi. Hi. Hi.
My time with the guests is complete, for tonight at least.
Do you know who killed Major Hagen?
No.
I am afraid it is not as simple as that. There are many steps that lead to the truth. I must think on everything I have heard this evening and dissect the truths from the lies. Merci for your assistance this evening. Au revoir.
I came here expecting to solve a case of blackmail to relieve a family of a burden that has weighted upon them and overshadowed the joyous celebration. I've never been to an engagement celebration where somebody passed away and they in the center stage before. Although the guests' alibis confirm each other's, I still cannot rule out the possibility of one of them being involved in the Major's death. The relationships between some of the guests and the Major were more unrocky. Dislike towards him was plentiful, but enough to drive someone to that? This is now the perfect opportunity to think about everything I have heard today. my gosh, 5 things. But okay, just this is wild and probably not right at all because this is not like related to anything I've heard. Like it's not doesn't have anything to do with anything. I didn't even talk to this person. But what if the major was the one doing the blackmail and Cassandra was just so fed up with him. Like, oh my gosh, you've abused me for so long and now you're abusing my daughter too? No way! And then she got rid of him this time. I don't know. I have all the information I need. Must now compile it together and find the most probable culprit. Ah! Ah! Oh my gosh. I'm going to check something. Okay. Not going to check the answers. I wanted to know how long was left on the game. I was like, if after I'm doing this, it's almost the end, I'm not going to like end the stream after doing this. I'm going to finish the game, but there's still like a whole chapter after that at least, so I'm going to. After I do this mind map thing, I'm going to end the stream. What is that noise? A salon, a place for guests to mingle and socialize. I'm sure it is used often. Yeah, why didn't I check that before? Margot! Advice to the Major. Margot claims the letter was merely advice for the Major. It sounds more like a threat to me. Yeah? Jackie claims Margot is hiding something. Jackie's opinion of Margot is not that much better than that of the Major's. What is it that Margot is hiding? Hmm. Jackie wants information from Hugo. She seems somewhat desperate to chase up information that Hugo holds. I wonder what is so important. You has dirt on the Major. It's obvious that he has some information on the Major. Maybe this is what she wants.
The pieces of the puzzle are finally coming together.
Eh. When I first overheard their conversation, it seemed Hugo was trying to get Jackie to listen. Okay. And do I go for that or?
What a revelation!
The letter she sent protecting Cassandra was threatening indeed, and Jackie seems unable to determine her secret. Hmm. Oof. Gideon wrote the letter. Have confirmed that Gideon that penned the letter to the Major, warning him off. Okay. There is still something regarding the Major that he's withholding. Does Gideon have something to hide? Hmm. Trying to start negotiations, trying to improve worker standards seem like a honest motive for his negotiations. Hmm. Zakaria expressed disdain for Mako. Zakaria had no interest in speaking with Mago, Hor's brother. Hmm. So, Zakaria resents Gideon. So he hasn't done this resume for a long time. Is this threat to the major? Ernesto has tried to intimidate the major in his letter. Everyone's trying to intimidate him in their letters. Everyone is intimidating everyone through letters in this game. Ernesto cares deeply for Cassandra. Perhaps his anger has peaked. How deep does Ernesto's love go, I wonder? Who knows? Boop, boop, boop. The major was working as security for the factories during the strikes. Why are you, like, hiring the person you dislike to work for you? Ernesto running money for house. Cassandra has confirmed Ernesto's financial support, but to what extent does this support go? Oh my gosh. Okay, ah. Is this the thing that you're hiding?
Order and method.
No,
That is the way to solve the problem.
I don't really know. I'm trying to find things that seem to line up together. What is that? Hmm.
Some would say a lucky guess. I would say a moment of genius.
His history with the major combined with threats to his well-being definitely show intent. Hmm. I don't really know what I'm looking for.
Is there something I am not seeing?
Yeah, I'm just like linking whatever because I don't have a clue what to do with anything. Can I link that?
I cannot see the logic in this. Perhaps a second look at the evidence in front of me.
I don't even read the things anymore most of the time, just link. Hmm.
Come, my little grey cells. We must think logically.
Yeah, but I don't know how.
Come, my
No.
little grey cells. We must think logically.
Yeah, but tell me. Okay. Oh, whoa, whoa, what? Okay. So, the major cares for Cassandra. Surely someone else is to blame. They don't like.
Things are beginning to become clearer.
Yes. All the guests have at least one other guest to confirm their alibis. Yes. Well,
Magnifique.
blinded by both love and greed, he may have struck down his opposition. When? How? You know, okay. Who could who could that be at this time?
Entrez.
Let's go.
Detective, I'm sorry I did not join you in the salon as requested.
It's okay.
Please, mademoiselle. There is no need to apologize.
I was with Maman in her room. She would not allow anyone to see it, but I could see she was terribly upset.
Huh.
Most understandable.
Do you have any suspicions as to who could have killed him?
I'm afraid my suspicions extended across all of the party's guests.
Hmm.
While it seems as though their alibis all corroborate one another's, the disdain and hostility towards the Major makes them rife with motive.
Hmm.
I know there was some bad blood between the Major and some of the guests, but not enough to kill him, surely. She may seem tough on the exterior, but she's really quite kind when you get to know her.
What? Who?
The Countess? She is a formidable force I would not want to come up against.
Don't be silly, detective. She wouldn't hurt a soul. Jacqueline, I mean.
Mademoiselle Conrad? She was, in fact, the least suspicious until now.
I assume that's who you were talking about, detective, after what happened between them.
What happened between them? I need to know.
That is a story I have yet to hear.
She must have told you about the piece she was writing on us, about Gideon's work and our marriage.
Huh.
Somehow, that was the only thing she did not mention.
That's strange. I thought that is what she would have started the conversation with. Well, she had come to the house to interview me, and when I entered the library, she was there with Felix amid a rather heated conversation.
Oh, really?
Do you know what this conversation regarded?
I'm afraid not, but Felix was quite enraged. He picked up an envelope from the table and stormed out, slamming the door behind him.
Huh.
And Mademoiselle Conrad?
She was equally heated in the moment. She had a few choice words for him that I wouldn't care to repeat.
Okay. You're back! How is Madame feeling now?
Better, thank you, detective. She's resting in her room. It is the best place for her.
And you, mademoiselle?
I'm not quite sure. It is a rather surreal feeling. I did not think I would miss him like I do.
You miss him?
It is understandable. He has been a close friend to your maman for many years.
Friend?
And to me, detective. We had grown close. After father's passing, he was always there for me. And now, he's gone as well.
You shouldn't miss him. Hello, Ikea!
You must try and not think on it like that.
It is easier said than done, detective.
I have no doubt, but you can be assured the culprit will not remain at large for long. You have my word.
If you were in my position, mademoiselle, who would be at the top of your suspect list?
I'm sorry, but I just can't imagine any of them committing such a heinous crime.
It can often be hard to look past one's personal feelings for someone and see their flaws.
Yeah, that was very cool. I'm still surprised about that. I don't understand why.
It's not that, detective. It's just they have known each other for years. Why would any of them act now?
Mostly surprised.
I was under the impression the Major had merely a business relationship with some of the guests.
That's true. But those invited know each other. Some of them for years. They may not seem like it, but some are even friends.
Are they?
I should return to my room now, detective. It has been a trying day for us all.
Oui, mademoiselle. I am afraid tomorrow may bear a resemblance, but I will not stop until I have found his killer.
I am thoroughly glad you are here, detective.
When and where a detective is required, that is where I shall be. Bonne nuit, mademoiselle.
Mademoiselle has left me with an interesting thought, one I had not considered until now. Well, at first glance, the guests do not appear to show much fondness for each other. Mademoiselle is quite sure that is not the case. Perhaps I must consider looking at the guests together and not individually. Ah, so they could have worked together and be like, oh yeah, this person was there the whole time, even though they were not. But quite a large audience. Yes. I don't really understand. Oh, good morning, Jackster. Having a nice relaxing day. It was mostly a lonely day until I started streaming. Like, my my parents are doing stuff together, and I'm just there, standing here, standing there, and over here and over there, and sitting there and sitting here and sitting over there and over here, and then just like standing here again and over there and looking out the window and thinking and looking out the other window and checking my phone and thinking and looking out the window and thinking, checking my phone, watching shorts, being bored, feeling lonely. Yeah. And thinking of crazy things like, oh, imagine if I had like a pool in my backyard I could swim in the summer, and like if I had a cool cat but like a breed that likes swimming, we could swim the pool together. And we would play, and then we'd get back home and like could pet the cat and walk around with it and like watch things with the cat and not be alone. Slept in, ha. When I wish I had the house for myself, I could control the life without me anything. Ah, I don't like solitude. Life is lonely. Rip. I'm well drunk. Drinking is overrated. I don't drink. So other people can drink more. Like just for two of us, so not too much drinking. I would rather like split with the entire world who likes to drink, so nobody drinks too much. Okay, nobody drinks too much. Swimming at the beach, public pool park. I don't really like swimming around other people. Just because, like, I don't know. I feel embarrassed by my body, first of all. And second, uh, I don't like, I don't know what it's called in English. Like, you know, when you have a long pool and you swim from one side to the other and you just do that? I don't like doing that. It's boring. I like to just play in the water and swim down and back up and gather things from the bottom of the pool and get back up and like do little twists and turns and backflips and front flips and stuff and just play and have fun. And if there's too many people in the pool, it's hard not to get in their way or them getting in your way. It's complicated because there's always too many people at the pool or at the beach. Oh no. Yeah. Nameless, please take care of yourself. In the pool, not outside. It's easy to swim, just like flip in every direction. Jean Van Den Bosch, yes. A confrontation occurred between Jackie and the Major. Is her hatred for the Major seated deeply, I wonder? Well, guests have known each other for years. Jin is sure they're closer than they initially appear. Does she want information because she dislikes him?
Not get me any closer to my goal.
Okay, not that. What is that about? Mm. Oh, don't worry. I'm sometimes not clear. Don't worry, Lucky. I'm broken enough to not be able to buy much. Oh, but still, it would be good if you had, like, money and a good body. In the sense that you're healthy. But in the sense that, like, that sounds weird. I'm sorry. Just wanted it to rhyme. I suppose healthy would have rhymed too. What is that already? We know each other. No, what do you see here? You know, oh,
I cannot see the logic in this. Perhaps a second look at the evidence in front of me.
okay, I'm looking too far. You're welcome. You're a precious person. Chores! Enjoy them as much as possible. I don't know. Is this that?
I must take a different approach if I am to uncover the truth.
Yeah, because that sounds very weird. Ah, this.
I should not be surprised by my own skills of deduction.
I don't get it. Thank you. I doubted Jackie's involvement with the murder. But now I am dubious of her innocence.
Another success. I never doubted myself.
Uh-huh. Now I have all the motives from the guests. Who is under suspicion? Oh my, a new link! The Major. Major Felix Hagen. Oh my gosh. I now have all the motives from the guests. Who is under suspicion? Wait.
I should not be surprised by my own skills of deduction.
I do not know who I can trust or whose stories I can believe. Are the guests innocent? That they can cover for each other.
Another success. I never doubted myself.
I not doubt how trustworthy their stories may be. They may well be covering for each other. Blah, blah. There's no physical way one of the guests could have oofed the Major and returned to the party, unless that is where I am mistaken. It is not one guilty party. I shall be looking for rather multiple. Objective complete. That would make sense. Okay, so now how could I have not considered that the Major's passing was part of a ploy created and executed by more than only one of the guests? It came almost as an epiphany following Mademoiselle Angeline remark about the guests sharing shared past. Perhaps Mademoiselle will become the trusted ally that I now sense may be essential to catching the guilty parties. Tonight's questioning was only the beginning. I will allow my suspects to sleep on their stories, and we'll see how they fare tomorrow. Perhaps one of those involved will have morals enough to show a glimmer of regret. Considering they may be working together, I cannot be sure who has told the truth and who has attempted to sell me down the fleuve. Perhaps I should sleep on the matter. A good night's sleep will surely bring a new dawn of thinking. And what a better setting to do so in than the peaceful falling blanket of snow that surrounds us all. Although it seems that everyone has the same idea. What are you? Why are you outside? What is happening? Who's that? Chapter 5! Alright, it just saved. Perfect. Yeah, the secret. Yeah, earlier I said that I would just finish this mind map, and then it immediately got me with a cutscene and another mind map, so yeah. Sorry. Okay, so. Yeah, sorry, Jackster and IKEA. It's not like I don't want to have you around when I'm streaming. It's just I have a headache again. But, whoop. Yeah, feel free to talk to me later and come back to more streams. I love you all. Okay, so thank you, Splurples. Thank you, Nameless. Thank you, Light. Thank you, Skybreath. Yeah, it's the lamp again. But it's not the same lamp this time. I don't know why lights just give me headaches. And also, I didn't sleep enough. uh, thank you, IKEA, and thank you, Jackster, for watching and hanging out with me. You're great, guys. I love you. Thank you for all your support and your encouragement and you just being there. I appreciate. Mm, yes. Yay! So, I had a lot of fun, and I hope you had too. I hope I get to see you again another time. We will bye